Oh no, you left the thumbnail up. Son of a. Okay, well, that's fine. We just go click on. Hey, everybody, welcome. Today's stream wasn't going to happen, but unfortunately, Paul set me off, and now there's a whole stream going to happen. I think I should probably get the savings throws out of the way pretty directly. You remember how those goes. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourselves. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Gird your loins. Gird your loins. Everybody, thank you very much for tickling the Ko-fi bot at the link above. That's very appreciated. Very appreciated. See, look, they're ready. Are you ready? We do a savings throw here against mind control. I roll some dice. It's either you get to choose, you see, between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw. I roll the dice. If the number on the die is over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that follows. If it's under 10, you take full damage. But remember, everybody, we want what's best for you. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. But choose wisely. Survivalists, that's an 18 for you. An 18. Socialists, 3. A 3 for you, but your bonuses do apply. You get +2 for just chatting in the hive mind. Lovers of wisdom, you're going to be fine. That's a 14 for you, half damage. And a 15 for you heart folks. How about that? Indigo Kids, prime 19 today. Almost enough to see the die, which only happens on the nat 20. So now that you have the savings throws, I can start the show. We do sometimes a card for the show. This one, first card for the show, will be coming from the Blue Church deck. The Blue Church deck. It looks like this. It looks like this, and here it is. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, the 8 of clubs for you. 8 of clubs for today's Blue Church card of the show. Blue Church.
Remember, embody. I gotta get some of Grizz's branding in here.
We want what's best for you. Remember, there is no agency. And also, remember, embody. Remember to embody.
You know, this vague accent that Grimm has. You know, maybe he's been sent from Russia to America to colonize me personally. Maybe Grim Grizz is Putin's tool to get under my skin. And now that he's become my favorite YouTube channel, it's happening. Remember, embody. Remember, embody. We want what's best for you. And your body wants what's best for you.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Trust the facts. Remember, embody.
Don't have gratitude unless you remember, embody it. There is no agency. We want what's best for you. Please do.
Remember, embody. We want what's best for you. The remember, embody, participation and virtually not alone. I mean, these are the things of Grizz's channel are really central to this. Grim Grizz channel. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is virtually not alone. Remember, embody. There is no agency. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is about the question and anxiety of life being wasted in union with machines instead of other real human beings. That's the heart of your channel, Grizz. That's the heart of your channel. And it comes out of, very clearly, the pain that many people are growing up being parented by machines and not by their biological parents.
All right, and now we also sometimes do a card from a different deck for the card of the show, and for that we'll be pulling one from the agency deck. The agency deck, and that card for the show is going to be boom. The four of clubs. We're clubbing it up again. Tom is here. So is Lance Cleaver. And Gartham loves the montage that Rascal put together. Steven is here. Phoebus, of all people. I almost decided not to stream until Phoebus came on the stream, but then I never would. Oh, hey. Thank you, Stephanie Christos, for tickling the Ko-fi bot and giving me something to put up there. That's very nice of you. Hating on the agency deck is the Lance Cleaver. Okay, where are we going to start with the show? Well, we know that I like to hit the title and the thumbnail, and the title for today's stream is Names and Tongues. And the thumbnail says Hearsay Heresy. We'll get to the Hearsay Heresy before long. I'm almost sure.
Ducks eat bread.
They do. They like it.
All right. Well, but first, ladies and gentlemen, Chad has recently started another rando with another Neil, and today he released a piece of it as a premiere set to music. And here's a piece of that piece. Pieces of pieces. Here we go.
And gives a sermon, and it's about the woman with the I forget how they say it. It's like the problem of blood for 18 years or whatever. And she like reaches out and like touches
Yeah.
Jesus Christ's garment, and
Powerful.
so powerful. And it was not like a normal sermon that I had ever heard. He just he connected everything that I was thinking about, like for the past 10, I don't know how many years, and just like, here you go. You're ready to touch the robe and be healed. That was what I got out of that.
Now, the whole thing was pretty powerful. And yesterday, on today's premiere of that, there's a part of it where he goes into, man, I like Psalms. Man, I like them. And I wish I could write them. And I'm like, but Neil, man. All you got to do is like pray, hey, God, will you crack open my heart and let a Psalm come out? And apparently, he's evidenced by delivering me a coffee here. He says, you were right about Psalms. So apparently that happened. Parku has now written a psalm. I don't know if he's going to share it with us, but that seemed to happen, and that was nice. This means that the individual psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, what the devil has gotten into you? We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the corner, Jacob is arguing with Mitz.
Some of the evangelical scholarship seriously that also supports the New Testament. So, but I don't know.
I'm not sure what type of bombs Jason thinks you're dropping. I mean, I am perfectly in agreement that Christianity has helped prepare the world for something better. I think that the advent of Christianity, but I mean, I'm not saying anything that's new or controversial except to Christians. Like when Maimonides wrote precisely that in his Mishneh Torah, the Christians were the ones who censored it. And it was censored for hundreds of years because Christians were offended that Maimonides said Christianity exists to prepare the world to better understand the Old Testament, right? To understand Judaism and the truth of Judaism. And I mean, going with
that's sufficiently enough of that. Meanwhile, I'll start my next reference. The thing is, the other day I went to the casino. I just needed to get it out of the house, and it's the only reason I really have to leave the house, other than to go to the store to buy groceries and stuff. And as such, you get to enjoy this old gem. This one. Come on.
sunny day, you'll find me on a big rock basking. Normally I need the shade, but that's all I've been having. I need the world where more than one needs me in it. If not for you, I'd run away and not admit it. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything, lost it incognito. And no one knows I'm broken, but you promise you still. And that's until my comic books are right in the It's mixing on my colors, brings my head to life. I pass the days just floating on the daydream sailing. I did the dishes, took the trash out, feel amazing. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I wonder what song is Lacy Sudestino. And no one knows I'm broken, breaking promises still. And that's until my comic books are right in bill. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. I finished all of my to-do list. I heard my favorite single by my friend's Bamboo Kiss. I'm in my sheet, built to seek out my own pleasure. It just so happens that my heart's my biggest treasure. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything and lost it incognito. And no one knows I'm broken, breaking promises still. And that's what's in my comic books, I'm right in the middle. Yeah.
And now, to establish some relevancy and a narrative order, on the way back for the casino, I treated myself to Pastor Paul's private membership-only video on this thing they call. Oh, by the way, here's the red church. Not the red church. Here's the red card of the show. Used to be a casino deck, but that's gone now. Here's the King of Spades for the red people. For the people who choose red. Anyway, I treated myself to Pastor Paul's top secret membership-only video of the Collinses, which we referenced briefly on my appearance over on Grail Country yesterday with that Luke fella. This might not be the reference.
Here's some of my church experience. And then there's that members-only video that I won't talk about a lot.
I finished that one today as well. That's why I'm at home.
Which like I like, so it's Simone and whatever Malcolm Collins. So like they're fascinating and they are interesting and there's a lot of things about them that I like. However, there's something about them that just really bothers me. That I think that I think is slightly off, and I don't know exactly how to name it. I was talking to Sam and Tripp and a friend Sarah about it. Part of it is I'm very blue collar. I come from blue collar. I like to play in these worlds. I grew up really poor. I don't like silver spoon, blue blood, intellectual, academic, hierarchy status playing people. Like it's a game that I despise and I have little respect for. And part of that's just I'm like Rust Belt. I often say I came from rednecks. I'm one half redneck.
Hey, Rascal, good to see you. I had to run a ghetto version of that branding you made, but you missed it already. So these guys in this interview, this top secret one from Pastor Paul of the memberships only, I'm not going to play any of it, but he gets their story. There's two big revelations in it. First is that, as they say at the end, they worship the Shadow Tesseract, which is, come on, guys, it's the Shadow Tesseract. But more importantly to me, and more relevant in a timely fashion, is that it's part of Simone's story there. She wanted to get into business and ecology. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the how of the you will own nothing. Yeah, Raquel. I recorded it in OBS because you just left the YouTube video in the VNA logos section. And it was a little messy, But she says that she tried to get in business and environment, and they were a piss poor matching. But the thing is, they're using that piss poor matching to do the whole you will own nothing part. And a key step of the you will own nothing part comes in the form of this company here called IEG, where the Rockefeller Foundation has made a grantee of IEG, right? And they're putting a monetary value on things like fresh water and clean air, giving investors a stake in the ecosystems and ecosystem services. Their innovative framework converts natural wealth into financial wealth, and there's a limited time where we can complain about it before it goes into effect, and the most you could do for future humanity is probably complain about it. But I'm not providing you a link with that at all. Okay, but watch out for that. A Wrinkle in Time. Thanks, Mark. Oh, hey, good to see you, Sanjay. I heard you were a troll. I heard you. And guys, I'm back. Special thanks to you. I felt disabled not being able to play the brand. Really. Here's some of my favorite brands.
Camera set. Sound set. Roll it.
The laws of probability and chance indicate if an infinite number of monkeys are given typewriters and allowed to peck away for an infinite time, they will eventually produce all the world's great literature. But in the process, we find monkeys, like humans, also turn out quite a bit of absolute junk.
Action.
In voice recording, the essential quality we must strive for is intelligibility.
Cut. That was good. Very good.
Do you think it was me, CB? Do you think it was really me?
You were sensational, Pussycat. Just sensational.
We did it, CB. Another great shot.
Okay for sound?
Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back. It's so much easier when I can hide behind the branding, and I'm glad you're here for it.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile. A room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the Names and Tongues Hearsay Heresy stream, and we're almost to the Hearsay Heresy. But see, what happened is I must inform you that I'm feeling a bit under the weather, and I suspect it has something to do with going to the casino, where I pressed the same buttons as all the sick old people, and now I am sick. And then perhaps in doing the devil's work, I went to church last night, and that's where the names and tongues part is going to come into the stream. But first, yes. It turns out it's like earlier in the Hive Mind chat, we heard this. Scroll up. There it was. Where is it? Way up here. We gotta figure out how to get Grizz a job doing audiobooks. And I had something very interesting happen to me today. I received a mystery email from this person. She says, "Hello, Griswold Grimm. Wish you have a nice day and everything goes well. It's Miranda Pierce of TZ Audios. Our team is one of the distributors of Tech Zone Audio Products LLC. We have watched some of your videos on the YouTube and think they are great. These days, we have a Talent Moment project underway to help invite you to join. And apparently, they're going to give me a microphone for recording 5 minutes using the microphone. I clicked some of the links and found they have collaborators. These collaborators they already have, and I poked around at a couple of them, and this Lily lady did a piano cover of Faded, and now you can have that. That's such a pretty song. Pretty song. Okay. We have Eric in the house, which means he must have forgiven me for muting him for 20 seconds on Pastor Paul's live stream. And there's our good friend Kale Zeldin, who was mentioned in Pastor Paul's video we're going to when we get into the heresy part. The heresy part. Oh boy. Where are we at? All right, welcome everybody. We're on the Names and Tongues stream, Hearsay Heresy, and so the story so far is that I ended up going to the casino on Tuesday, and I listened to the Simone and Collins thing on the way home, and then last night I decided to go to the church. And if you don't know, the church I go to and was baptized into is a Pentecostal church, and it's Bible studies on Wednesdays. And so I even brought my Bible for the studying. And I go there and I show up and everybody shakes my hand, clearly, as I am getting sick, infested with something from the casino. And all these old people are shaking my hand, which means probably half of the church that's not actually protected by God is going to get wiped out by the virulent strain. But this names and tongues bit, they were boy howdy rolling. They have a half an hour of prayer beforehand of the service. And when I got there was hooting and hollering coming from the back of the church from the back. And then they did their 3 songs. They usually do like 3 songs and then the Bible study part. And they got into doing the 3 songs, and that was all nice and well. And then it was just, man, oh man, like frankly, if you've never been to a Pentecostal service, much like this one, you could. It feels almost heretical to say this, but it sounds if you were just listening, you might be thinking that people were having an orgasmic experience. And that can be a little disturbing and shaking. Like if you go to a church and you're like, hey, I don't want to be like, what the heck? I don't want this sort of thing to happen to me. And so, but it was very uncomfortable. And but I was sitting there talking to God best I could and praying while all of that was going on. Here's another blue church card of the show just to wash the other one out. At the 5 of Hearts is the bonus blue card, church. The 5 of Hearts is the bonus blue church card of the show. So I was there and I was doing my praying and my eyes started watering a little bit. And then I got this weird sneeze in my left nostril. And at the time I got the weird sneeze in my left nostril, they had just called everyone forward who had faith to pray for somebody. And so I made my way to the bathroom so as not to sneeze during this important prayer. And honestly, it felt like I was removed from the moment so as not to negatively influence it with my shadow faith. To be fair, that's what it felt like it happened. And anyway, so that's the Pentecostal church part of the story. And then today, this horrendous heresy happened over on Pastor Paul's homeroom that triggered this entire stream.
Formula is not a confession, but a defensive attempt to gain control of Jesus in accordance with the common concept of that day, and the use of precise name of an individual or spirit must secure mastery over him. And you'll find this in, there's also all this sort of lore that you can find in Pentecostal deliverance ministries. Well, once you get the name, and you always hear that, you'd think, when I'd hear that in my younger days, when I was going around much more in Pentecostal circles, it always seemed much more like a magic trick. And now, no, it's not a magic trick at all. In fact, you see that naming thing all over the place. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that someone had told me about, Trump smells like.
All right, feeling as though I have successfully gotten to at least most of the names and tongues part of the stream. Here comes the heresy. Paul.
Poop or something like that. If you just Google that, you'll find, and yes, I know some of you are going to leave comments about, no, he doesn't. Okay. Trump is not the point of any of this. And this is, you don't know what power a name has. Nobody's name has been more powerful than Donald Trump. But what's amazing.
What did you just say, sir?
A name has. Nobody's name has been more powerful than Donald Trump. But what's amazing.
Well, sir, that is why you might find on such video this following comment here, where I say, in the name of Jesus, you take that back right meow. No, there's just, that didn't work. There, see, you see it? I say, you take that back right now, Pastor Paul. That is too heretical. That is the heresy I have, that is the heresy I have heard him say, and I do not abide.
Remember, there is no agency. We want what's best.
So there it is. It was a fancy. They actually did the interpretation part of the tongues at the service, and that's always weird when they start saying I and it's not whatever. It does sound like divine intervention, Stephanie. Those celebrity RC exorcist fellows clogging up Yuchi all the time about getting the names. It's not a single. It's a single nostriled itch followed by a full nostril. I never had the sneeze. The sneeze never actually came. It was kind of weird. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
So that's the triggered stream. I can't believe you said that, Paul. Shame on you. And you guys remember that John Oliver episode where he said Donald Trump's real name was Donald Drumpf and nobody picked it up and ran with it? We could have avoided a whole thing. But yeah, that's the stream for the day. I am coming underneath the weather and I'm strung out on Dayquil as we speak.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
But so there it is. That's the story. That's what happened. That's all you need to know. I'm glad you all could come together and feel virtually not alone with me. And unless something in these comments persuades me otherwise, that's what we have for you today. Well, that was pointless, lol. No, us gathering in virtual communion to feel virtually not alone is never pointless, Josh. Would someone with a wrench please smack that man? Please smack the man. I have been persuaded by TomTom to continue the fix. We're going to do another red card of the show. Meanwhile, if you have anything, if you want to ask silly little questions like, is evangelism good or bad? Ask for discernment. That's not one I can answer, but if you have one I can answer or something you'd like me to talk about, I'm trying to extend it for TomTom's sake. So help me out here, folks. Help me out here. Yeah. Actually, I thought the bit before the bit I played was pretty good. So let's see if that was about the names like I think it was.
In the Holy Spirit and an unclean spirit, there exists a deadly antithesis that the demon knows. The formula of recognition, however, does not stand alone. It's part of a larger complex material exhibiting the striking difference between the forms of address employed by the demoniacs and the titles used by ordinary sick individuals. Notice how the man says, if you are willing. Okay, you clearly don't know who I am or why I have come, and Jesus is indignant. The latter group the people appear to address Jesus as Lord, Teacher, Son of David, Master. The demoniacs, however, address Jesus as the Holy One of God, the Son of the Most High God. That's what the demons are saying. Well, why on earth would the demons out Jesus like that? You would think that if they say this, well, if they would say that, what? Everybody knows that demons are liars, so...
That's not true. That's not true. Not everybody knows that demons are liars. It might be that they are completely capable of deceiving people without lying. And I don't know. I don't know that they lie. I think maybe because clearly they weren't lying when they called him that. Clearly they weren't. Let's see what the red card, the second red card has to say about that. Oh, an 8 of spades. I don't know what that means.
One thing is sure, a great change of our psychological attitude is imminent. That is certain. Why? Because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
And whoosh.
All right, to answer Josh Dixon's question, is there a concern lighter in the air emoji? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with hieroglyphics. Tom asks, have you talked about the Peugeot Russell Brand interview yet? Mainly only to highlight the fact that Russell Brand is a known associate of people in the Fabian Society, whose symbol is wolf in sheep's clothing. And as our resident master of symbolism, obviously Peugeot knew that going into it, and maybe he has been consumed. Anselman says, do they do the laughing thing at the Pentecostal church? There was a lot of woo, but I did not hear any of that uncontrollable laughter. Stephen asked what Bible readings were in the study. They actually didn't even do the study. After about an hour of the praying for everybody, they were like, we're not even going to do that part tonight. I'll see you Sunday. Chad asked, what could I do better? You could be more humble and not ask so much about yourself. Any food suggestions? Sugar is poison. And while what comes out of your mouth is what defiles you, that doesn't mean you should fill up with that. A cooking episode. I actually made one of those once. I do this brilliant honey avocado. The concert lighter in the air. Okay. The monkey's paw gives you what you wish for in the worst possible way. Maybe demons tells the truth in the worst possible way. I don't know. I don't know any of that. I'm shuffling the wrong deck, though. If I'm going to do a third card, it should be the agency deck. And I'm still shuffling the red one. Jesus did want to stay. Yes, he did want to stay incognito. And as Paul goes into, maybe even in this part, that was a heresy that they would crucify someone for.
Could it be a lie? No, it's not a lie. There's something else going on here. It has everything to do with naming. And actually, naming has everything to do with framing. The contrast in address is an important characteristic distinguishing ordinary sickness from demonic possession and reflects superior knowledge of the demons. The recognition formula is not a confession, but a defensive attempt to gain control of Jesus in accordance with the common concept of that day, and the use of precise name of an individual or spirit must secure mastery over him. And you'll find this there's also all this sort of lore that you can find in Pentecost.
And it was interesting at the front of this video that I'm not going to bother to search out for you. Paul said he might attend a more Pentecostally church once he's separated from the CRC. He's really trying to get himself in trouble these days. And all right, that's all the comments and the strolling. There's your encore. Thanks to Tom's pressuring of me. The bonus agency card is the 5 of hearts. Now, for real, goodbye, everybody. And if you don't see me, it's because I'm snotty and it's gross. And, but remember, everybody, We want what's best for you.
Remember, embody. I gotta get some of Grizz's branding in here.
We want what's best for you. Remember, there is no agency. And also, remember, embody. Remember to embody.
You know, this vague accent that Grim has. You know, maybe he's been sent from Russia to America to colonize me personally. Maybe Grim Grizz is Putin's tool to get under my skin. And now that he's become my favorite YouTube channel, it's happening. Remember, embody. Remember, embody. We want what's best for you. And your body wants what's best for you.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Trust the facts. Remember, embody.
Don't have gratitude unless you
Remember, embody it. There is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Please do.
Remember, embody. We want what's best for you. The remember, embody, participation and virtually not alone. I mean, these are the things of Grizz's channel are really central to this. Grim Grizz channel. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is virtually not alone. Remember, embody, there is no agency. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is about the question and anxiety of life being wasted in union with machines instead of other real human beings. That's the heart of your channel, Grizz. That's the heart of your channel. And it comes out of, very clearly, the pain that many people are growing up being parented by machines and not by their biological parents.